I need you to listen.
I think you'd better come and see.
A new day is dawning.
That's so cool.
There are so many things that we can explore.
There's more. There's much more.
We're going on a mission.
Sorry!
Actually seeing it come to life, everything you've worked for is just right out there, and it's like, whoa.
Our voices as ordinary people are important. We have stories to tell.
It is all about what you are going to be doing on screen.
What do you want to tell me?
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Ben Roberts, the CEO at the BFI. Thank you so much for joining us today for the launch of our new 10-year strategy, Screen Culture 2033. Firstly, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us online. I hope this means that more of you could be here today from wherever you are in the UK. Our aim is to get you through the headlines in about half an hour, and then we'll leave you to explore it in more detail when you can. We've really noticed the benefits of holding events like this online, and this has also transformed how we've been able to consult with so many of you across the UK, not just on this strategy, but other issues over the past couple of years. We're fully pre-recorded, so if you have friends or colleagues who haven't been able to make it today, this video will be available online for them to watch at their leisure. And of course, you can rewatch it as often as you like. In a moment, I'll explain why we're here, what we're going to show you today, and where you can go to find out more. But first, some thanks to all of those who have contributed to developing this strategy. It's a major piece of work that's been in development for many months, and it will be invaluable in guiding us and focusing us in our work as a charity, a national lottery distributor, and as the lead body for film and the moving image. Thanks to Tim Richards, our chair, our board of governors who have challenged us and contributed throughout, and to my brilliant executive team and colleagues across the BFI who have thought so hard about our future. A special thanks goes to the Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport for their help and support year round, but also thank you for all of your time, as many of you have contributed to helping us shape an ambitious vision for the BFI and the screen sector over the next 10 years. So, what is Screen Culture 2033? We've previously published 2 5-year national lottery funding strategies since we took on the role of lottery distributor, but we haven't published such a comprehensive corporate strategy before. We're a large, multifaceted organisation with over 700 staff and many different stakeholders, and so we do need a strategy that pulls together all our strands of work, not just our lottery role, but how we use our cultural and education programmes, our collections, our knowledge, our policy and evidence teams, and our relationship with industry and government in combination to build a diverse screen culture that benefits all of society and makes a significant contribution to the economy. Over the last couple of years, we've been laying some foundations to get us to this point. The BFI has been completely restructured, and we have new colleagues on the executive team that you'll be hearing from today. We also took an opportunity during the UK-wide lockdowns to talk to our people about the role of the BFI and what we're here to do. So we reset our purpose around a belief that society needs stories. We have a mission to create the conditions in which screen culture and the UK screen industries can thrive. And together we arrived at a vision for the BFI of transforming access to our programmes, to screen culture and to jobs across the UK. And this strategy is based on that vision. Okay, so on to some of the key ideas in the strategy and why we called it screen culture. Screen culture, from watching film, creating and sharing content digitally to playing video games, is now a primary means of communication and creativity and a powerful means of cultural expression, cohesion, information delivery and international soft power. As an industry, the UK screen sector is a large and fast-growing employer incorporating a huge range of skills and making a significant contribution to the UK economy. We know that as a cultural organisation and lead body that specialises in the moving image, we absolutely have to be wide open about the many ways in which people live and experience screen culture. We want to meet the audiences and makers on their terms and break down the sense that there's a hierarchy of what represents quality or what we value. So, these are the 6 major ambitions that we are committing to in Screen Culture 2033. We will transform our relationship with public audiences and be widely known as an open house for the discovery and enjoyment of film and the moving image. We'll achieve wide appreciation of the cultural, social and economic value of the full breadth of screen storytelling, including video games. We will establish the BFI National Archive as the most open moving image collection in the world. We'll radically reform all BFI services by making them easy to use and widely available online, reaching more people and delivering more of our cultural programme digitally. We will reframe the educational value of screen culture with policymakers, educators and parents, and support a skilled and sustainable workforce that reflects the UK population. And we will drive growth and international success across the screen sector and address market failures through our funding schemes, policy and evidence. This is a 10-year strategy, so much of our ambition will take time to realise and requires support, investment and the right conditions for success. 2 major areas of this strategy that we know require further work will be our support for video games and our ambitions regarding education. As part of our commitment to embracing screen culture to the fullest, we want to fuel an entirely new narrative around the cultural significance of video games amongst the public and with government. We're hugely enthusiastic about the creative and cultural possibilities of video games, but we don't currently have the necessary resources or in-house skills, so we'll use the first 3 years of our strategy to work with the video games sector and build a clear case for support. We're using the name of our strategy to reframe what screen culture means and claim it as positive, universal, beneficial, because we know that it can also carry negative connotations, for example, with teachers and parents. Film and TV are texts and art forms. We want them to be taught, interpreted, used as a learning tool, for young people to be literate with the language of moving image. We hope that by endorsing the positive effects of screen culture, then over time, its cultural, educational and social value with the public and policymakers will increase. So we want the screen arts and their history to be taught and encouraged in schools, to be used to teach other subjects, and for the many job opportunities to be promoted through careers services. We know that this is highly ambitious and we will be developing a specific strategy for education within the early stages of our plan. I want to hand over to colleagues to introduce some of the key pillars in more detail, but before that, just a quick word on our financial picture. We are funded in part by UK government, but we also rely heavily as a charity on our commercial activities and the generous support of many companies and individuals, including our patrons and members, and we do have a demanding few years ahead of us. The public and businesses are facing an incredibly challenging economic climate. In addition, inflation has outpaced the level of our core funding. So we have to diversify and develop new income streams, and we're setting ourselves a challenging income growth target over the next 3 years by looking across all potential sources of funding, from grant and aid, trusts and philanthropy, to partnerships, industry support and commercial possibilities. We're so grateful to our many supporters, and we hope that the ambitions in this strategy and the important work of the BFI will unlock further support from partners across the sector and beyond so that we can continue to deliver our vital work. We're really excited about this strategy and what lies ahead, and I should hand over now to colleagues to tell you a bit more about our vision for audiences, collections and digital.
Over the next 10 years, we want to open wide the doors of the BFI so that everyone feels welcome. This will enable us to create new ways for people to enjoy a year-round and lifelong relationship with us and with screen culture. Accessibility will be our mantra. Digital will be at the heart of our offer, and our BFI player will play a huge role in this. The BFI Film Audience Network will be boosted to give cinema audiences UK-wide the most exciting range of films not available anywhere else, tailored to local audiences and tastes, but also sharing the best national programmes in partnership with UK distributors, programmers and curators outside of London and the South East. This boost will include providing access to more immersive storytelling experiences. The BFI London Film Festival will continue to run a UK-wide programme alongside BFI Flair and Future Film, as well as other BFI-supported UK festivals that will offer exciting programming and activities across the nations and regions. And we are relaunching BFI IMAX, encouraging younger, broader audiences to sample more specialised and independent films and cross-programming with the BFI South Bank. Screen culture is ever growing, with new voices, forms and stories that enrich our cultural lives. While celebrating the past, we will challenge the canon and provide a platform for filmmakers and filmmaking that has not yet attained its rightful place in the public consciousness, so that all of our audiences can see themselves, their aspirations and their histories reflected on screens. We also want more diverse curators and enthusiasts to get involved in presenting and programming, so that by 2033, the BFI will be widely known as an open house for the discovery and enjoyment of film and the moving image.
By 2033, we will have established the BFI National Archive as the most open moving image collection in the world. The BFI National Archive stands as one of the world's greatest collections of film and television. It is powered by industry-leading practice across digital and analogue preservation and film restoration, and our curatorial and librarianship expertise. We've pioneered new ways of making screen heritage available online, connecting audiences with our shared past. Britain on Film, with thousands of stories of local life and faces through time, has reached a landmark 90 million views and counting, and the new BFI replay service is available from this autumn in public libraries across the UK. This is a transformational time for the BFI National Archive. This summer's innovative Story Trails project mixes archive of XR work, enabling people to experience history where it happened. And we have the potential to do much, much more. By 2033, the BFI National Archive will be the most open moving image collection in the world. We will establish the screen archive of the future, connected physical and digital spaces, offering audiences new opportunities to engage and enjoy the nation's collections of screen stories. We will ensure that the screen works of today, including new and emerging formats, are collected, preserved, and made accessible in collections UK-wide, including in the BFI National Archive. We already share our world-class preservation and restoration skills with other countries. We will further invest in people, skills, and training to create diverse talent pathways, enable a digital-ready screen heritage workforce, and build on our reputation for innovation in digital preservation. We will forge deeper relationships with contemporary filmmakers and creators so that our collections tell the full story behind evolving moving image. Working directly with the UK's diverse landscape of makers will inform how we collect, preserve, restore and co-curate the story of screen culture. Over the next decade, we will unlock the value of one of the world's greatest collections of screen heritage, a priceless record of our social and cultural history, an essential resource for the present, and a rich platform from which to create the future of our art form.
We live in an increasingly digital world, one where people have high expectations that services will be easy to use and come to them, where they create as well as they consume, and where new technologies will keep disrupting all sectors, including the screen sector. For the BFI, that means new imperatives for how we deliver our cultural output and our support for the sector, and it's an unparalleled opportunity to scale up and to open up so that everyone everywhere can benefit from everything that the BFI does. So in the next decade, we'll develop and launch BFI Plus, our next generation streamer. Building on the success of our player, BFI Plus will be available on more devices. It'll be more aligned to our South Bank programme, with more of what makes the experience of seeing a film at the BFI special. We'll digitise and publish rare materials we hold about screen culture, never previously shared online. And above all, we'll make digital the default way that users find and access all BFI services, making every experience with us, whether it's online or offline, widely available and easy to use. We'll start with the things that we know could be a bit better, like exploring our collections and seeing what's on, and buying a cinema ticket. And to do all of this, we'll be changing internally our organisation too, to become digital in our DNA. We have to do that so that we can adapt and change. We can reach more of our audiences where they already are and be ready for a fast-changing and unknowable future.
Over the next 10 years, as lead body for film and the moving image, we will use national lottery funding alongside our policy and research work to help address areas of market failure and maximise growth. Over the last 20 years, we've seen National Lottery good cause funding support filmmakers and creative risk takers, help develop our world-class workforce, inspire young people in their learning and making, and connect audiences to a rich range of stories on screen in a way that the market can't. Before I run through the details of our National Lottery strategy, I wanted to thank those of you who've helped shape it. In the last year, we've consulted more than 2,000 members of the public and 300 stakeholders from across the screen sector. We've reviewed over 50 pieces of research, evaluated our programmes, and undertaken reviews of skills and UK independent film, two key areas of concern. We have used this evidence to design a strategic framework which has shaped how we will invest National Lottery good cause funding over the next 10 years. The framework is made up of 4 major objectives, each with a range of outcomes, and all underpinned by 3 core principles. These principles are our cross-cutting priorities, spanning our organisational and National Lottery activity, making sure that every single penny of funding will work to make a difference. These are making the screen sector more equitable, diverse and inclusive, supporting film, video games and the moving image to thrive across the whole of the UK, and making the screen sector more environmentally sustainable. The 4 objectives are our long-term ambitions, setting out a vision of where we see the sector in 10 years' time. Our aim is that National Lottery funding will support the conditions in which everyone can experience a great range of stories on screen. Anyone can create original screen work, from first-time creators to world-class professionals. The UK screen sector's workforce is skilled and reflective of the population, and independents and cultural organisations can adapt and thrive in a changing landscape. These 4 objectives and their related outcomes have shaped the first of our funding plans. This first funding plan will run for 3 years, from April 2023, and see over £136 million of National Lottery funding invested in a range of programmes and partnerships. Let's now look at what we'll be investing in over the next 3 years. We have allocated £27.6 million to support audience activities across the UK. We will invest £10 million in our screen heritage work. We will support filmmaking and talent development with £54 million. Supporting the next generation, both as makers and audiences, is a clear priority, and will invest £34 million in education and skills. We will support creatives to build relationships internationally with £3.2 million of funding, complementing the UK Global Screen Fund. And our final strand of funding will see £7.3 million to support innovation and industry services. Our programmes and partnerships will help us deliver on our vision to transform access to screen culture and jobs across the whole of the UK. There is more detail in the documents which you can now find online, and we'll publish further detail on each of the funded programmes as they open for applications in the coming weeks and months.
Okay, that's pretty much it. You'll find all of this and more online, so please share it with others, and most importantly, please tell us what you think, because this is about us working with you and helping screen culture to achieve its fullest potential for the public and for the sector. I do want to end with some thoughts about our culture at the BFI and how we want to work with partners, our commitment and accountability as a funder, and what you can expect from us, because the success of this strategy will depend on our collaboration with countless individuals, businesses and organisations, including our National Lottery funded partners across the UK and internationally. So we will always strive to be a good partner, and this means us being open and flexible, committing to listening and being responsive. Across our work, we will always seek partners through fair and transparent processes. We'll share information with you generously and recognise and credit the importance of these partnerships. We champion everyday inclusion at the BFI, and we will continue our work in becoming a consciously inclusive employer and enhancing the culture and environment for our people to deliver their work in a way that is equitable and accessible. We have also set universal inclusion targets for ourselves and our partners to be more accountable, and will regularly publish our progress. You can read more about these commitments in the strategy. And finally, you will see us evolve to become truly digital first in how we think and work, but we're acutely aware of the digitally excluded and will ensure offline support is available for those who need it. Okay, that is it. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you found it interesting, that we've inspired you to find out more, and that you'll feel excited about collaborating with us to grow the value and the possibilities for screen culture in the UK over the next 10 years. From all of us, thank you.
I'm loving this experience.
I just enjoy every moment of it.
Quite exciting, actually.